thought it was to combat the
Super Bowl?
Yeah, because that would reignite it big or make it, the song would make it exciting, make it go up again.
And months down the line, too.
Yeah, but the suit itself, I don't think you think about it, but when the lawsuit comes out, it ignites the record. It goes up.
Right.
I didn't realize that his album was coming.
Right.
His album was coming right when that lawsuit fell, and it was like, you consult with someone, like a biblical scholar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Yeah. And of course, there's your own thing that comes into it from having read the book a few times. You read the book a few times, and it's amazing how your memory, how there's these recessive files somewhere in the background, how you can correlate this piece to that piece over there. And that's important because juxtaposition is everything with this story.
Hold up, y'all. Something's brewing in Hollywood, and it's bigger than anything we've seen before. Secret parties, wild accusations, and shocking disappearances? Oh, this isn't just another Hollywood scandal. This could be the start of something way darker. And trust me, the tea we've got on Leo, Kevin Hart, the Carters, and even Mel Gibson will leave you shook. So, grab your popcorn because we're diving straight into the chaos. You ever notice how Hollywood's biggest stars always seem to have a way of slipping under the radar when things get messy? Well, not this time. We're talking about names so big, their shadows alone could start rumors. And guess who's front and center? Diddy. Yes, that Diddy. And his alleged secret list of Hollywood's elite. But hold on. Before we spill all the details, let's talk about 50 Cent. Yup, 50's not just dropping beats. He's dropping bombs, throwing his weight behind Mel Gibson's quest to expose some of the darkest secrets in the industry.
Yeah, because it felt like Kendrick was like not responding fast.
Right. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah, like
at first.
Yeah, when it came again, and it was like another joint. It was like, damn, okay. And then he had a whole CD.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know Mel, he's no stranger to controversy. But what he's saying now, it's next level. He's hinting that some of Hollywood's biggest names might be tied to the infamous Epstein Diddy web. And trust me, when 50 gets involved, things get real. First up, Leonardo DiCaprio. You know him as the environmental king and box office legend. But why is Leo suddenly chilling in Rome, far away from Hollywood?
Because I said to myself, I'm not dependent on this job. This isn't going to define me, and I started to sell myself less, prepare more for the roles, really investigate the characters as much as I could, and not feel like my self-worth was dependent on whether I booked the job or not. And I think that's finally what clicked with me, and I realized that casting directors weren't always necessarily looking for the Broadway showman that could do whatever they wanted, but somebody that had...
Sure, a romantic getaway with his girlfriend, Victoria Soretti, sounds innocent enough. But with Diddy's legal dramas heating up and whispers about those exclusive white parties resurfacing, Leo's name is back in the mix. Those parties, by the way, weren't just about luxury. Rumors of a much darker side have been swirling for years. And Leo? He's always kept it low-key, but could this getaway be more about dodging drama than enjoying Italian sunsets? And let's talk about those white parties for a second. For years, these events have been a status symbol for Hollywood's elite, but behind the glitz and glam, whispers of questionable activities have never really died down. Leo's association with these events has always been understated, but his name cropping up now is making people ask questions. Did he know about the darker side, or was he just another guest? To add to the intrigue, Leo's recent behavior seems different. Sources close to him say he's been more reserved lately, avoiding public appearances unless absolutely necessary. Some even speculate he's distancing himself from former associates to protect his image. But let's be real, in Hollywood, appearances are everything, and this new Leo is giving us major side-eye vibes. And then there's his history of dodging scandals. Let's not forget how Leo has been linked to questionable figures in the past. From his party escapades to his circle of elite friends, his name has come up in more whispers than we can count. Could this be another attempt to dodge the fallout, or is it just bad timing? Either way, Leo's golden boy image is starting to tarnish. And speaking of dodging drama, let's talk about Kevin Hart. Right before all the legal chaos exploded for Diddy, Kevin made a surprising move, shutting down multiple locations of his vegan restaurant chain, Hart House. Coincidence? Maybe.
Look, half of it's fear, half of it's commitment, right? It's the idea of completion. So starting something and not finishing it doesn't sit well with me. So right now there's so much that I've started, right? Not just in entertainment or comedy or acting. From a creative space, once you start building businesses and once you start developing like an infrastructure full of minds and people to help this thing last forever, it gets more difficult as you go on. It's not easy building a business.
But when reporters tried to ask Kevin about it, his responses were awkward, to say the least. And y'all remember what Cat Williams said about Kevin, right? How he seemed to have deals lined up before he even hit Hollywood? People are starting to connect dots, and let's just say the picture isn't pretty. And let's get into those restaurant closures. Hart House wasn't just another business venture. It was supposed to be Kevin's big move into sustainable dining. So why the sudden shutdown? Industry insiders are whispering about financial struggles, but others think it's deeper than that. Could Kevin be cutting ties to avoid getting caught in the crossfire of Hollywood's latest scandals? And don't even get me started on his parties. Kevin's been known to throw some legendary Hollywood events, often with Diddy right in the mix. But now, with Diddy facing serious allegations, Kevin's trying to keep a low profile. Is he protecting himself, or is there more to this story? Either way, Kevin's silence is louder than ever, and it's making fans and critics alike raise their eyebrows. But here's the thing. Kevin's always been a hustler. His rise to fame was built on relentless work ethic and an ability to stay likable despite controversies. So this sudden shift in behavior, it's making fans question if there's something much bigger at stake. Is Kevin hiding something, or is he just trying to avoid getting caught in someone else's mess? And those cryptic social media posts he's been sharing, they're not helping. Fans have noticed Kevin's been more reserved online, posting vague messages about resilience and staying true to yourself. Could he be hinting at the storm brewing around him? Only time will tell, but the suspense is real. Now onto Hollywood's ultimate power couple, Jay-Z and Beyonce. If anyone knows how to stay out of the mess, it's these two. But their long-standing connection with Diddy isn't exactly a secret. Jay-Z's rise to becoming a respected businessman and family man coincided with his alignment with Beyonce. And let's be real, that marriage contract everyone talks about, it's got people wondering if it was all just a power move. But let's not forget the Carters' calculated image. Jay-Z and Beyonce are masters at keeping their personal lives private while maintaining an air of perfection. So, their silence on Diddy's situation is interesting. Are they staying quiet to avoid being dragged into the mess, or is there something more they're not telling us? Fans are speculating, and the theories are wild. And let's talk about Beyonce's party appearances. She's been seen at some of Diddy's exclusive events in the past, but now those sightings are being re-examined under a new light. Was she just mingling with industry peers, or did she know more than she let on? Either way, the Carters' connection to Diddy is hard to ignore, and fans are waiting for answers. Plus, Jay-Z's business moves during all this chaos are raising eyebrows. He's been quietly expanding his empire, from investments in tech to art collections. But is this just Jay being Jay, or is he preparing for something bigger? His ability to stay one step ahead is legendary, but even legends slip up sometimes. Could this silence be his way of dodging a ticking time bomb? And what about their collaborations with Diddy? From music to business ventures, the Carters have shared many moments with him. Fans are digging through old footage, interviews, and photos, trying to piece together the extent of their connection. The deeper they dig, the more questions arise, and it's starting to look like the Carters might have more to explain than they'd like. And then there's J-Lo. Her history with Diddy is messy, to say the least. From their relationship in the late 90s to the infamous nightclub shooting that led to a media frenzy, J-Lo has seen it all. And now, with Diddy facing even more legal heat, her name is popping up again. Oh, and get this. A Michigan prison inmate is claiming she's a key witness in a lawsuit tied to Diddy. Like, what? J-Lo's staying quiet, which is so unlike her, and that's making people even more suspicious. J-Lo's connection to Diddy goes beyond just their past romance. She's been at the center of some of the most dramatic moments in his career, and now her silence is deafening. Is she protecting herself, or is there more to the story? Fans are digging deep, and every little detail is being scrutinized. And let's not forget J-Lo's role in shaping Diddy's public image back in the day. Their relationship was the talk of the town, and her star power undeniably boosted his visibility. But now, with Diddy's legal troubles piling up, people are wondering if J-Lo's past involvement could come back to haunt her. It's a messy situation, and the internet is eating it up. What makes this even messier is J-Lo's recent career moves. She's been diving back into acting and music, but fans are questioning if this resurgence is a calculated distraction. Could she be trying to shift focus away from her past with Diddy? Her team is staying tight-lipped, but the rumors are spreading fast. And then there's her infamous ability to bounce back. J-Lo has always been a master of reinvention, but this time, the stakes are higher. With her name being dragged into lawsuits and old scandals resurfacing, she's got more to lose than ever before. How she navigates this could make or break her legacy. Now let's circle back to Mel Gibson, the man who's basically Hollywood's unofficial whistleblower at this point. Mel's been dropping hints that some of the biggest stars are suddenly going off the grid, and it's not just about dodging the paparazzi. He's suggesting there's something much bigger at play. Could it be connected to Diddy's alleged secret list? Mel's calling out the Hollywood culture that protects its own.
You might never get to the end of it, but I think the very act of searching yields some kind of good fruit. And no matter what happens, I just ask for the grace to be able to deal with it, and to deal with it well and to accept it. That's the other thing. It's being able to accept stuff. He was kind of a wild boy, but he had a few lessons along life, and they sort of put him on a certain course.
No matter how shady things get, and honestly, his timing couldn't be more perfect. With social media exposing cracks in the system, the old Hollywood silent strategy just isn't cutting it anymore. Mel's outspokenness has always been polarizing, but this time, it feels different. He's not just pointing fingers, he's providing receipts. From cryptic interviews to bold public statements, Mel's making it clear that he's done playing nice. And honestly, Hollywood's elite should be nervous. And let's not overlook the patterns here. From Weinstein to Epstein, Hollywood has a long history of covering up for its own. Mel's revelations are adding fuel to the fire, and fans are starting to question everything. Is this the beginning of a major Hollywood reckoning?
Evoke things and emotions in people from the way you depict it and the way you shoot it. I've been thinking about it for a long time. It's not going to be easy, and it's going to require a lot of planning. And I'm not wholly sure I can pull it off, to tell you the truth. It's really super ambitious, but I'll take a crack at it. Because that's what you got to do, right? Walk up to the plate, right? But it's not about me,
Right.
It's about something else.
Or will the cycle of silence and protection continue? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. But what about the timing of Mel's claims? Some fans think he's using this moment to settle old scores, while others believe he genuinely wants to expose the truth. Either way, his decision to speak out now has everyone talking. Could this be the tipping point that finally forces Hollywood to confront its darkest secrets? And here's the kicker. Mel's got nothing left to lose. After years of being blacklisted and ostracized, he's already seen the worst of what Hollywood can do. This makes him a dangerous player in this game of secrets and lies. If anyone's going to blow the lid off, it's Mel, and honestly, we're here for it. And y'all, let's not forget the bigger picture. Hollywood's history is filled with scandals that took years to unravel. Epstein's network, Weinstein's abuses, these weren't just isolated incidents. They were part of a much larger culture of silence and protection for the powerful. And now, with Diddy's controversies coming to light, it feels like we're on the brink of another major reckoning. The question is, who's going to face the music, and who's going to keep running? So, what do y'all think? Is Hollywood finally ready to confront its darkest secrets, or is this just another chapter in its long history of cover-ups? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. This story is far from over, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's next.